Hi, my name's Lilia from Heal Scotland, and this video is about nutrition, a subject that can confuse and overwhelm even the most knowledgeable of us. When it comes to food, using food as our medicine, what diet should you choose? There are so many different ones out there, from raw vegan to bulletproof, ketogenic. There's all the different people that have made the books telling you the story of how they healed with different diets. Some have fats, some have no fats, some have carbohydrates, some have no carbohydrates. But what do we know about every single diet? There is no junk food in any of these healing diets. So before you decide that you're too confused to make any changes, that's the one thing you can do, is take processed sugar, all processed food and processed grains out of your diet. They stress the body at a time when you really need to be taking the stress off the body. So at Heal Scotland, we will be using a number of ways to help decide what food is best for you to be your medicine. We have a bioresonance machine, and we have another thing called field control therapy, where we can see what organs in the body need help first, and we can find out if there's heavy metals, if there's environmental issues, if there is candida, parasites, bacteria, anything lurking in there that could be causing your body to malfunction. So we can learn a lot from these machines. But ultimately, what I would like to see is that we don't really need machines or other people to tell us what is good for the body, that we can work that out ourselves. And certainly when you've been a few weeks on the farm, you will be tapping into your own inner intelligence, innate intelligence, to decide what foods are working for you and what foods maybe aren't. So, because if you become very sensitized, or if maybe your candida is out of control, foods that would normally be perceived as healthy can actually be a poison to the body, like the nightshade family. If you've got arthritis, some people can eat that and have no problems and experience healing. Others need to take that out. So things like aubergines and tomatoes, which can be devastating if you're a tomato fan like me. So it'll be a very bespoke process around your particular disease, blood group, and likes and dislikes. Because here's the other thing that we know: if you choose a diet that you cannot follow and cannot stick to for any reasonable length of time, i.e. months and sometimes maybe up to 2 years, or just make it part of your new way to be, if you can't stick to the diet, you're not going to get the result. So it makes sense to choose something that you feel comfortable with, that you can enjoy, particularly if you're taking it on for a longer period of time. So nutrition. Plenty of vegetables, lots of lovely delicious fruits, eating in season and as fresh, as close to the plant or as come out the ground or off the tree, as fresh as possible. That's when it's still got the life force in it. Organic if possible, but again, people can get obsessed about whether it's organic or not, and sometimes it's just not available in the quantities that we need it, particularly if you're juicing. It can be very expensive. So we'll just be taking steps to make sure we minimise the pesticides if we have to use vegetables that are deemed to be non-organic. So you'll find a way around it. We know that people heal on non-organic veggies as well as organic, but if you have the choice, then for sure give your body as much energy without any poison as you possibly can. Should you eat meat? There's a big myth about, people ask me all the time, are you a vegan? And I'm not vegan. I absolutely hate the cruelty to animals and the fact that our farming has become so cruel, and I would never want to see animals suffering because of my needs. But within that, in terms of the physiology, if we take that out of it, then I know that my body thrives on a diet that has meat and fish, etc. in it, because I have tried every single diet. And also from a satiety point of view, the more fats and protein that you have of a natural variety, then you're not thinking about food all the time, which clearly when you're in a diet you don't want to be doing. And we have to work with what we have at the farm and what you have at your home, what's available for you, making as often as you can, making the right choices for you and for animals, trying to get fresh fish, trying to get humanely sourced products. We have to do that because it's consumer driven, and the less we participate in the factory farming, the better it is. We're pretty lucky in Scotland with what we have available, and our laws and regulations are very strict, so our animals have a much nicer life and are much healthier for us to eat. I know if you're an animal lover that can sound awful, but from a medicinal point of view, often these proteins can really help somebody to heal. So until we find another way, we keep it to a minimum, but we will be using some animal and fish proteins. Grains, again, some of the ancient grains before they were processed, there'll be some of these that we can use, but primarily it's going to be vegetables and fruit, legumes. So whatever, and using lots of different spices and herbs, so that everything is super tasty and delicious. You know, eating's a big part of our social scene these days, so you want to be able to feel that you're not missing out, because again, if you, depending on where your diet is now, if you feel you're missing out, you're much more likely to break and think it's not worth it. So you need to find a way to make it work for you, and we can help you do that. There'll be lots of different, there is lots of different information on the website, different diets that you can choose. Find one that resonates with you and that you feel that you can maintain and sustain over the amount of time that you would have to in order for the body to get the new message. So that's all I'm going to say in nutrition right now. If you need help, then we can hook you up with a nutritionist or a healer to help you discuss your choices and make decisions, because that's what we have to do, is make a decision and then get on with it. So look for the links below. If you need help, let us know. Have a good one. Ciao.